Earlier, I took you on a tour of the Leave It to Beaver main floor, but today we get a look at the entire home. Hi, I'm Marina Coates. Welcome to Behind the Scenes, where we get up close and personal with all your favorite TV and movie homes. Today we'll tour the Leave It to Beaver main floor, the upstairs, including June and Ward's room, as well as the boys' room, and we'll even take a spin around the backyard. Let's get started. This tour will be of the Cleavers' second home at 211 Pine Street. We first see this home in Season 3. Let's begin with an overhead view of the home to get the general layout. Upon entering, we find Ward's den on the left. Straight ahead are the stairs to the second level. When we turn to the right, we enter the living room with the fireplace on this wall and a small game nook over here. Past the living room is the dining room with a set of French doors that open out onto the patio area. Turning left from the dining room, we enter the kitchen. There's also a laundry room in this corner. And last, we have a passageway that takes us back to the entrance. Now that we have our bearings, let's explore the main floor. Let's start with Ward's den. This is the ultimate and classic wood-paneled den. Ward's desk took center stage with an amazing wall of bookshelves just behind it. Another wonderful feature in this room is this large bowed window. We often see a globe in front of it, or at other times a TV. You'll notice that there were sheers on almost all of the windows in this home. I've left the curtains in place throughout the entire home, but have removed the sheers so that we can see through to the outside. It makes it feel so much more like a real home and less like a TV studio set. After all, that's my goal as we explore these homes, to have you experience what it would feel like to live in it as if it were a real home. The doors into the den were pocket doors, most often left open, but occasionally closed for privacy. Let's take a spin around Ward's den now. Later, we'll get a look at the entire main floor. Now onto the Cleavers' living room. The first thing we meet upon entering the room is this large bookcase on this wall. To the right is this furniture grouping below the main window. This room centers around the fireplace, and what a lovely traditional fireplace it is. On one side is the sofa where we often see Ward and June musing about the day's events. Across from the sofa is a wingback chair and a small side table. One of my favorite features in this room is the small nook with built-in shelving, a games table, and a window. I just love that little spot. Now let's explore this living room before we venture on. Now onto the dining room. We frequently saw the Cleaver family gathered around this dining room table. Not a lot of surprises in this room except for this amazing set of French doors leading out onto the patio area. We rarely saw them open, but on a few occasions we were lucky enough to catch a view through them to the backyard. I've opened them up for us today. We'll take a look at the dining room and then head out the French doors to the backyard. On to the kitchen. I just love June Cleaver's kitchen, and I know I'm not alone in this. In the center, we have a large island with a built-in cooktop and room for baking on one end. And boy, did June do a lot of baking. Seems like Wally was always grabbing a hunk of cake. On this side of the island is the wall with the sink and a window looking out to the garage. On the other side, we see a wall of cabinets holding dishes and serveware. Next to the fridge was even more counter space and cupboards. And of course, the round table where the Cleavers often had their breakfasts and lunches together. There was a built-in double oven along this wall, with the swing door to the entryway on one side and the laundry room on the other. We get a good view of the laundry room in Season 5's Beaver's Laundry. I'll leave the door to this room open as we now take a tour of the kitchen. The passageway from the kitchen to the front door would not have been a straight shot, as you can see here. I noticed that in some episodes when the door is open, we see through to the front door, but at other times we only see a blank wall. Since we are never shown a bathroom on the main floor, I wanted to see if there would be room to put a half bath under the stairs. I checked and there is room, so you'll notice a door to that space as we walk through. And we're back where we started, in the entryway. We see two paintings by the front door, Pinky and Blue Boy. The paintings were a constant presence and easily recognized by most fans of the show. Some things that took place on the main floor. Ward's autographed baseball getting destroyed and being replaced with one Beaver and Larry signed themselves. Beaver pranking Wally's party because he wasn't invited. Wally becoming smitten with the new young housekeeper and suddenly getting very interested in housework. And Beaver letting his friend Richard do his laundry at their home and putting a little too much detergent in. Now we'll walk the entire main floor in one swoop before heading upstairs. By the way, I'll post a link below for those of you who would like to see the main floor tour in black and white, as well as a link to see the Cleaver home dressed up for the holidays in color. A big shout out to Doug Brendel, an expert on the Leave It to Beaver show who not only helped me with much needed information about the upstairs rooms, but was also able to find out the actual colors used on the set of the boys' bedroom and bathroom. And where did he get that critical information? From Rusty Stevens himself, who of course was the actor who portrayed Larry Mondello on the show. Rusty said he remembered the tile well because he sat in the tub for a few hours for setup and filming in this episode. Is this the perfect 50s, 60s boys' room or what? And so many scenes took place here. There's a set of twin beds here with a nightstand in between, a study area near the windows. There's a framed picture of the brothers on the dresser and a couple of quirky clown paintings. There's a closet and dresser on this end of the room, and on the other end of the room, they had their very own bathroom. Such a nice luxury, with a bathtub here, a double sink vanity on this side, and a large storage cabinet here. There is also a mystery door that we never saw opened, but coming up, I'll show you something interesting I discovered about this door. Some things that took place in the boys' room. Keeping a pet monkey, an unattended bathtub overflowing and trying to hide the results, a lot of Eddie Haskell's schemes, and of course Larry hiding out in Beaver's room after he gets punished at his house. And now we'll tour their room and the actual colors that were on the set. Now, let's walk down the hall to Ward and June's room. In the hallway, we see two doors, one swinging out into the hallway, meaning it most likely was meant to be a closet, and the other one swinging into the room beyond, making it most likely to be the guest bedroom sometimes referred to on the show. At the end of the hall is a large built-in linen closet. It actually couldn't exist there due to the depth needed for it and the parent shower and tub on the opposite side, but I'm willing to suspend belief because it looks great there. In Season 6, we get to see the parents' bedroom in 2 different episodes, but it changes drastically between the two. In Episode 14, the beds are situated along this wall, and no bathroom is shown. However, just 5 episodes later, in Episode 19, the beds have shifted to this wall, we see a window here, and a bathroom has miraculously appeared as it was needed for this storyline. We're also shown a closet. Next to the dresser, we see a door. When I finished the model, I noticed that this door lined up perfectly with the mystery door in the boys' bathroom. I think it's so interesting that the set designers took the time to figure out the layout and add that door, especially when it would only be seen in 1 episode. Thank you for taking the time and effort to give us this amazing home we all love. Some things that took place in the parents' room. Ward and June keeping themselves out of the way while Wally throws a party, and Beaver helping out a stranger who ends up taking a bath in his parents' room and helping himself to one of Ward's suits. Now we'll take a spin around their room and then tour the entire upstairs. Now a tour of the entire upstairs. Remember, I'll have links below to these tours in black and white, as well as the main floor in color decorated for the holidays. That's all for today's tours. What TV home would you like to see next? Leave your answers in the comments below. Maybe your favorite will be next. Hope you enjoyed today's tour. But as for today, that's a wrap. See you next time on Behind the Scenes.